Welcome back to the Tidarium Hangar. This is Mike, and I'm coming at you with Apeface from the Siege line. And the thing is that a lot of people kind of hate this figure. They've been hating on it, but I actually think it's a pretty good figure. I'm going to tell you why, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, here it is in the packaging. I do like this packaging. I keep saying that over and over. I like the cool little angle. It's simple, yet elegant, and I do like that. On the back here we can see all the modes, and they suggest you buy this hammer. $6 blast effect. So I went ahead and picked this thing up on Amazon. I guess I'll link it to you because it's only 25 bucks on Amazon right now, so it's the best place to get it. And yeah, I kind of like it. Let's go ahead and have a look. Go ahead and have a look at this guy right here. Now he kind of looks pretty reminiscent of the G1 figure. We'll see that here in a little bit with comparisons. And I think he looks okay. I mean, it gets the job done. There's a little bit of kibble right here, which is consistent with the G1 figure. And the face looks pretty good, and I really like how they do the Titan Returns gimmick, or the whatever, the Headmaster gimmick. I thought that was pretty good, the way they did that. And then he has a combination of stickers and paint and too much of that battle damage. His chest is down here. But yeah, it's actually not a bad looking figure. Let's go ahead and do a quick comparisons real quick with this guy. Now there's a G1 one, but I don't have the head, so you can just kind of get a size comparison with the G1 version and see how big he is. And I don't really know exactly how you're supposed to put the arms on the G1 guy. They're not, it's a little bit smaller than the G1 and shaped just a little bit different. I actually like this one way better than the G1. The G1 does feel, well, it does feel like it's more solid, but this thing is better articulated. So here he is with a Classics Mirage and a Classics Wheelie, just so you kind of see the size of him. He's a pretty big guy because he is a Voyager, of course, so yeah, he's big. And that's the best I got for all those. So we're going to go ahead and get this dude into his play mode next. So let's go ahead and fold these in here and this into here. And we can do that on both sides. Right there. And then, okay, we're going to take his little head out, the Headmaster out, slide it this whole headpiece into here, and then this is going to connect like so. Click that in. So we have the front. Now we can let's go ahead and move on these arms. And we're going to remove this thing here. Slide the wings out all the way. And then put this guy back in. Now the wings kind of pop up and down, so make sure they're pushed down before you push this into place. Moving back here to the legs, we're going to move the legs up like so. And the same over here, up like so. And you want the orientation with the white pieces aiming up. So in this mode, this mode tabs together better, and I guess I should have shown it a little bit more, but the Gorilla mode doesn't hold together quite as well. Like some of the tabs don't tab in. It will all tab together, but this is solid as a rock. The other mode, if you mess with it too much, it will come on tab. It's kind of a challenge. But anyway, this mode looks really good, and you can tell it's a jet. It does its job, and the bottom doesn't look too bad. And I kind of like the colors. Now there's a lot. Now in this mode you can see all of this space gunk, I guess you could say. The battle worn, battle damage. You have nice painted symbol on right there. And then all this, I know this is painted, and I think this is plastic, and I think this is plastic. The paint, it matches pretty close, if you can see that. Pretty close match. And I like that color. And feet in the back look kind of like thrusters. Not much to say. Now there is a cockpit here. This does not open, I don't think. Does that open? No, it doesn't open. But the cockpit back here, you have to pop this off to get to it, and that's actually, it's in there pretty tight. So we're going to put the Titan return head in there, but he kind of sits backwards. Anyway, this is what he looks like. Nothing really special. Got some paint on the face, painted arms, and there's that. His legs are a face, and his back is a face. Double face. Wait, two-faced. But getting him in that cockpit, there he goes. And then you put this back on top to end it all. Let's go ahead and get a couple of quick comparisons on it. Staying in line with it, these guys here, some classics figures. And so, again, I'm going to point out, this is a Voyager. So this is a Voyager, these are deluxe. So you're getting a bit more bang for your buck. Here he is next to a gimpy looking G1 that is missing some parts, but you can kind of get a size comparison. So he's still a bit smaller than a G1. I don't really know what they called the G1 figures back in the day, but still definitely a big homage. And you know, if this piece, let's see if this piece fits in there. That would be kind of curious. Hey, I can start finishing out the parts on my collection there. Look, it fits on the G1, it looks good. All right, now let's put them into bot mode and let's take the head out. And we're gonna go ahead, we're going to put those wings to the back. We're gonna move these pieces out of the way, and the wings are in the back for now. And this is the legs. Break this to the back, and then we are going to rotate the leg pieces out. You can see that that's the leg, and it's all gonna come down. So I guess you can say Combiner Wars down. And I always start at the legs when I transform stuff, so that's just the way I do things. All right, with this leg here, it's gonna come around, and you have the leg in place. Now you need to fold the foot down, and one leg is done, so it makes this a lot easier once you've got a leg done. Now, so we pull it out, Combiner Wars this thing down, puts it into, should snap into place. Fold that all the way, let's go around the back. Fold this all the way to the back. And there it is. We got some legs in place, and I do like having the legs done so we can fix all this fun stuff. Okay, now we're going to get the shoulder set up just right. Pull the arm out. Open up the hand. Fold this foot forward, and here is, that's one side done. Other side same. Unfold this, pull the shoulder down, roll this around, open up the hand. Actually, that should be on the inside, so there we go. Get it positioned right. And so you just really want to slide this up. And you can do whatever you want with this head, but since it's already in that position from the alt mode, let's just leave it in that position and call it a day. There's a hole right here. See if I can get that on camera. It's clear plastic, and a tab right there to hold it in place. And it holds in place. Now for the head. Now this is the hard part, transforming the head. fold the arms down and that around, and then you plug in the head. Like Ultron would say, I formed the head. So let's get into looking at this guy. He does have his shield, so you can put his shield on him right here, and put his gun right here. All right, so his face. Face looks pretty good. It's got paint, lots of paint, and it's got different color plastics. It looks great. I do like the Decepticon symbol being tampographed on. That is very good. Pretty excessive with all of the battle damage. That's pretty excessive. Not too half fond of that, I guess you could say. And this white looks like, it almost looks like if you, I don't know, like, how do I explain it? It's like that stuff that if you put it in the sun, it'll glow. It's like glow in the dark plastic. That's what it looks like. It looks exactly like glow in the dark plastic. Maybe it does glow in the dark. Ooh, I'll have to find that out later. But yeah, looking at the back, he's clean enough. He's clean enough. It works. It works. But look, there's really no gaps in the way they designed it. There's no gaps, but there is kind of some extra kibble. But that kibble fills out the leg. Like without the kibble, it wouldn't fill out the leg like that. So I'm okay with it. Quick rundown on articulation, head side to side, a little bit up and down. You got a 360. You do have the bicep swivel, 90 on the elbow, no waist swivel. You do have 90 both ways. Nope, you can't go back past this because of the butt flap. And you have thigh swivel, 90 on the knee, and you have ankle rocker, and you got toe tilt forward. So yeah, that's about all you're gonna get on his articulation. Since he is a Voyager figure, I kind of wanted to say, okay, let's compare him to Voyager figures. So there's a 35th anniversary Optimus Prime and Megatron, which these are actually very nice looking figures, and I'm surprised he's so much bigger than Prime. I just thought they'd be pretty much the exact same size. Let's go ahead and compare them to more Voyager. Now these are some upscaled versions. This is the OIMEC. We're working on that set. We're going to make that a combiner, and there it is. That's how it looks. Let's see if this blast effect is too stretched out to work on his gun. Nope, blast effect works. That looks good. One more OIMEC figure, so if you want to have him stand next to the KO oversized Sideswipe, well, he's a little bit smaller than Sideswipe. And we're going to bring in... Alright, so you've probably got a Seeker. So if you've got a Seeker, then you know how big he is, and yeah, he's about that size. There's so much more, you say engineering that they put into this figure than they did into the Seekers, which the Seekers are great, and there's great engineering, especially with that little panel. But this guy's got 3 modes. So I would say these two have similar type engineering, and I actually think he's a little simpler to transform. I know they still has a lot of steps, but they're not really that hard. Here he is next to my G1, and it's just a gimpy G1 missing everything, but I want to show you. I went ahead and put the Titan Returns head on the G1 since my G1 head's missing. I never had it, so there you go. Anyway, there's the difference between the two heads, and you can see that the Titan Returns head that came with it, it looks really good. They both look good, but this one is better for a couple of reasons, because the back of the head is... See, that's what you're going to get. You're not going to be able to use it in the 8 mode. So, that's what these heads look like. That's the different heads. And let's do a head swap here. This one can go here. And then this one can go on the G1 for some fun. And there it is. But this would actually look more... Here, I'm G1. That looks very G1-ish, doesn't it? That looks very G1. That would work. The only really bit of hollowness on this figure is the inside of his forearm, and that's where they could have put a little panel on there, pretty simple, but other than that, like, this thing is pretty solid, not hollow. This is the Siege Warfer Cybertron Apeface figure, triple changer, Voyager class, and I think he's a pretty good figure. I like him. The white and the plastic kind of looks like it's glow-in-the-dark plastic, and he also has a few issues of staying tabbed in place in his gorilla mode or whatever, but his ape mode. But aside from that, and then of course the excessive paint that they use for that, he's a pretty good figure. I think he looks good, and I think he's a really great homage to the G1 figure. So I'm glad I got him, and I've got a link down below at Amazon for you to pick this up yourself. Like, subscribe, share, and hang out.